In a quiet countryside, far from the noisy streets and crowded towns, there was a peaceful place filled with green fields, tall trees, and a calm stream that flowed through it all. The sun shone brightly in the sky, making everything look warm and inviting. Birds chirped happily in the trees, and rabbits hopped in the soft grass. Buddy, a small golden puppy, lived with his mother in a little house close to the stream. Buddy loved to explore. He was always full of energy, his tail wagging every time he saw something new. Buddy's world was full of exciting adventures. One sunny morning, Buddy woke up early. His small paws were bouncing with excitement as he looked around. The air smelled fresh and new. He couldn't wait to go outside and play. "Mom, can I go out and play?" Buddy asked, his big brown eyes shining. Buddy's mother, a wise and caring dog, smiled at him. "You can, Buddy, but stay close to the house. Don't go too far." Buddy's tail wagged faster, and he barked happily. "Okay, Mom, I'll stay close." Buddy ran outside and sniffed the grass. He chased a butterfly that fluttered past, its wings sparkling in the sunlight. He rolled in the soft dirt, feeling the warmth of the earth beneath him. It was a perfect day for playing. As Buddy explored near the stream, he noticed something shiny lying on the ground. It was an acorn. He sniffed it with his nose, wondering who had left it there. Just then, a small gray squirrel darted down from a nearby oak tree. She had soft fur and bright, curious eyes. Her tiny nose twitched as she looked at Buddy. "Hey, that's my acorn," the squirrel squeaked, standing on her hind legs. Buddy blinked in surprise. "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Do you want it back?" The squirrel stared at him for a moment. "Are you a dog?" she asked, tilting her head. "Yes," Buddy said proudly, wagging his tail. "I'm Buddy. What's your name?" "I'm Nina," the squirrel replied. She hesitated, but then scurried forward to take the acorn from Buddy's nose. "Thanks for giving it back." Buddy smiled. "You're welcome. Do you play here often?" "Sometimes," Nina said, "but I've never played with a dog before. You seem friendly." Buddy's tail wagged even more. "I am. Do you want to play with me?" Nina thought for a moment. Her mother had always told her to stay away from dogs, but Buddy didn't seem scary. In fact, he seemed very kind. After a little pause, she nodded. "Okay, we can play for a little while," she agreed. And so the two new friends began to play. Buddy chased after Nina as she dashed through the trees, her small feet moving fast. She climbed up the oak tree and dropped tiny sticks for Buddy to catch. He leapt and jumped, trying his best to catch them. They laughed and ran. forgetting everything around them as they enjoyed each other's company. As the sun began to set, casting an orange glow over the fields, Buddy looked up at the sky. He knew it was time to go home. "I have to go," Buddy said, his voice a little sad. "My mom will be waiting for me." "I should go too," Nina said, her eyes looking down at the ground. "But this was fun. Maybe we can meet again tomorrow?" Buddy's face lit up. "Yes, let's play again tomorrow. I'll be here." Nina nodded. "I'll be here too." With that, they waved goodbye, each heading back to their own homes, already looking forward to the next day. Later that evening, Buddy's mother noticed how happy her son was. He was wagging his tail as he ran back into the house. "Buddy," she said gently, "you look so happy. What did you do today?" Buddy's eyes sparkled. "I made a new friend, Mom. Her name is Nina. She's a squirrel, and we played by the stream all afternoon." Buddy's mother's smile faded slightly. "A squirrel? Buddy, you must be careful. Squirrels are very different from us. They are small, fast, and they don't trust dogs. Sometimes they think we might hurt them." Buddy's eyes widened in confusion. "Hurt her? But she's my friend. Why would I hurt her? We had so much fun playing together." "I know you mean well, Buddy," his mother said softly. "But not all animals think the way we do. Squirrels are not like us. They have to be careful because of how big and strong dogs can be. I just want you to be safe." Buddy lowered his ears a little. "But I don't want to hurt anyone, Mom. Nina's nice." "I know, Buddy," his mother said kindly. "But it's good to remember that not everyone sees things the same way. You can be kind, but you must also be careful. Don't expect Nina to always want to stay close." Buddy thought about this as he lay down on his bed, his mind still full of thoughts of Nina and the fun they had shared. Meanwhile, Nina was back in her nest high in the oak tree, curling up to rest. Her mother was waiting for her when she arrived. "Nina, where have you been?" her mother asked, her voice sharp with concern. "I was playing by the stream," Nina said, her voice soft. "I made a new friend, Mom. His name is Buddy, and he's a puppy. We played together all afternoon." Nina's mother's eyes widened in shock. "A dog? Nina, you must stay away from dogs. They are big and strong, and they can hurt us. They don't always mean to, but it's just the way they are." Nina blinked. "But Buddy is different. He's nice, Mom. He wouldn't hurt me." Her mother shook her head. "You don't know that, Nina. Dogs and squirrels don't mix. Promise me you will stay away from him." Nina hesitated, looking out over the fields where the sun was just starting to dip below the horizon. "Okay, Mom, I promise I won't go near him again. But in her heart, Nina felt torn. She had enjoyed playing with Buddy. Could it really be dangerous? Or was her mother just being protective? The following day, Buddy couldn't stop thinking about his new friend, Nina. The sun was shining, and the weather was perfect for another adventure by the stream. As soon as he finished his breakfast, Buddy bounded outside, his tail wagging wildly. He had made a promise to himself. Today, he would see Nina again. Buddy raced to the stream, his paws kicking up the soft grass beneath him. He sniffed the air, hoping to catch the familiar scent of Nina's fur. But when he reached the edge of the stream, he paused. She wasn't there yet. Buddy waited for what felt like a long time, his excitement starting to fade a little. He couldn't help but feel disappointed. What if Nina had decided not to come? Maybe she had listened to her mother and stayed away from dogs like she was supposed to. But just as Buddy was about to turn around and head home, he heard a rustling sound above him. Looking up, he saw Nina's tiny form darting through the branches of an oak tree. She was coming down to the ground, her tail flicking behind her as she moved swiftly. "Hi, Buddy," Nina called, her voice cheerful but still cautious. Buddy's face lit up, and his tail wagged even harder. "Nina, you came back," he barked happily. "I've been waiting for you." Nina stopped for a moment, looking around nervously. "I'm not supposed to be here," she said softly, looking over her shoulder toward the trees. "My mom told me to stay away from dogs." Buddy's smile faded a little. "But why? I'm your friend. I promise I won't hurt you. I just want to play." Nina hesitated. She had heard her mother's warnings, but she couldn't forget the fun she'd had with Buddy. He wasn't like the scary dogs her mother had warned her about. Still, the fear of getting into trouble made her feel uneasy. "I don't know," Nina said, shifting her weight nervously. I guess I just wanted to see you again." Buddy nodded eagerly. "Then let's play. We don't have to go far. We can just stay by the stream." Nina thought for a moment, then nodded. "Okay, just for a little while." And so they began to play again. Buddy chased Nina as she ran along the stream, her tiny paws tapping the ground like little footsteps. She climbed the tree and dropped sticks down to Buddy, who jumped high in the air to catch them with his mouth. He landed with a soft thud, the water splashing at his paws as he tried to keep up with Nina's quick movements. For a while, everything was perfect. They laughed together, enjoying the cool breeze and the feeling of the warm sun on their fur. But as time went on, Nina couldn't shake the uneasy feeling in her chest. Her mother's warning still echoed in her mind. What if Buddy wasn't as safe as she thought? What if she was breaking the promise she made to her mother? Buddy could tell something was wrong. Nina had stopped jumping and running with the same enthusiasm she had before. She was moving slower, looking around nervously, as if waiting for something to happen. Nina, what's wrong? Buddy asked, his voice full of concern. You've been so quiet. Nina hesitated. She opened her mouth to speak, but the words got stuck in her throat. She didn't want to hurt Buddy's feelings, but she didn't want to upset her mother either. I don't think I can stay too long, Nina said softly, her eyes avoiding Buddy's gaze. Buddy's ears drooped a little. Okay, I understand, but I had so much fun with you, Nina. I had fun too, Nina said, her voice barely above a whisper. But I have to go. I don't want to get into trouble. Buddy nodded sadly, watching as Nina scurried back toward the trees. She paused and looked back at him one last time. I'll see you again soon, okay? Nina called. Buddy barked once in reply. Yes, I'll be here, waiting for you. But as he watched Nina disappear into the trees, his heart felt heavy. He didn't want to lose his new friend. He didn't understand why she was so scared. All he wanted to do was play and have fun. But he knew he couldn't force Nina to stay. He had to respect her decision, even if it made him sad. That night, Buddy couldn't stop thinking about Nina. He lay in his bed, staring up at the ceiling, his mind replaying the moments they had shared by the stream. The laughter, the games, the way Nina's tiny feet had tapped the ground so fast as she ran ahead of him. He missed her already. His mother noticed how quiet he had become. She walked over to his bed and sat down next to him. Buddy, is everything okay? She asked gently, her voice full of concern. Buddy sighed, rolling over on his side to face his mother. I don't know, Mom. I made a friend, but she doesn't want to play with me anymore. Buddy's mother looked down at him with understanding in her eyes. What do you mean, Buddy? She's a squirrel, and she's scared of me, Buddy said softly. She thinks I might hurt her, but I would never hurt her, Mom. I don't want her to be scared of me. Buddy's mother smiled gently. I know, Buddy. I know you wouldn't hurt anyone. But sometimes other animals don't understand that. They don't know how gentle we can be. It takes time for them to see that we're not like the other dogs they've met. Buddy's ears drooped. But I miss her, Mom. I want to see Nina again. I don't want her to stay away just because she's scared. You're a good boy, Buddy, his mother said, nuzzling him with her nose. And I know you'll always be kind. But sometimes People and animals need space to figure things out. If Nina is scared right now, it's okay. Just give her some time. Buddy nodded, though his heart still ached. He didn't like being apart from his new friend, but he trusted his mother, and he knew she was right. If Nina needed time, he would give it to her. "Okay, Mom," Buddy said softly. "I'll wait." Now, from this point, the story will be continued in the next part.